The group I have chosen is my outdoor track and field team for my high school experience, specifically the years 2015 to 2016. My track and field team would meet after school for practice Monday through Friday. Our practices would take place at the track behind the high school promptly at 3 p.m. The team would meet down at the track and begin warm-ups at the same time following the instructions of the coaches and captains. The members of the team were divided into 3 different skilled groups: freshman, JV, and varsity, and further into smaller groups known as A, B, and C. The group consisted of students and peers ranging from freshmen to seniors. Each person had a different skill level and interest of events. The different categories of events included sprinters, hurdlers, distance runners, and field events. According to Lewin, there are 3 fundamental leadership styles: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. The captains and coaches demonstrated a democratic leadership style, which allowed the athletes to participate in the decision-making process and communicate and collaborate during practices. These decisions included group goals and how those goals would be achieved. The more democratic behavior our coach showed to us, the more input we had and had a better performance throughout the season. He assigned Tamaya and I as captains of the varsity team and allowed us to make choices for the group and contribute to team discussions. We would collaborate on how to divide all the members up into groups and which individual would be on each relay team. According to Cole, norms are present in every group and incorporate certain attitudes and standards of behavior that are acceptable to the group. There were many established norms during our outdoor track season. On Saturdays, the group would need to be at the school on time for meets. We would show up in our uniform and meet in the same location, which was the weight room. Once we arrived at the competing school, it was expected that we warmed up as a team and followed the directions of the captains. As team etiquette, we all treated the athletes and coaches with respect. According to Cole, rituals add a spiritual component, defined by the framework as symbolic actions with spiritual, cultural, or social meaning. As the captains, we would hand out inspirational quotes to each member and have someone read it out loud before leaving on meet days. This was a tradition that was set by previous senior classes to bring positivity and ease any stress. Additionally, before we reached the high school, our coach would instruct us to stay quiet for 2 minutes and reflect on what we wanted to accomplish at this meet and help calm our nerves before entering the track. According to Cole, each group member has individual roles they take on. My first team member, Tamaya, represents the role of the standard setter. She was the most advanced runner on the team who led our hurdle relay team to nationals and would set the pace during practices. Anna was the initiator contributor because she would always introduce different perspectives and ideas during group practices. When conflict would arise within our relay group, she would initiate discussions to understand each person's frustrations and create a dialogue of what went wrong and how we can improve for the next event. Julia was the encourager because she had the most positive attitude, and if someone had a bad race or was not satisfied with their times, Julia was the person to lift you up and provide the team with endless support. Whenever someone was having a rough practice or lacking in performance, she continuously verbalized encouragement. My role was the energizer in the group. Since I was one of the captains, I would be the teammate to hype up team morale and make sure everyone had a positive attitude going to meets. During warm-ups, I would try to engage the whole team in an uplifting workout to loosen everyone's nerves. If someone in the group needed help with their event, I'd push that runner out of their comfort zone and strive for their highest potential. My hurdle relay team demonstrated Tuckman's stages of development. In the forming stage, we were just beginning to work together and understand each athlete's skills and abilities. For some members, it was their first time hurdling in a higher level group and there was more pressure. Our team goal was to qualify for the New Balance Outdoor Nationals. We faced many obstacles during the season that included either injuries or lack of motivation. Emotions ran high after meets if we did not reach the time we needed. This resulted in a division within our group and disagreements. Our team entered the norming stage when we began to spend tedious hours after school practicing hurdles. The coaches in our relay team started to get organized and write out the times each runner had to hit for every 100 meters. My group entered the performing stage when we eventually worked our way up to the top 5 relay teams in our conference. Friendships started to grow stronger, and eventually we qualified as a team for the New Balance Nationals. According to Yalom, group cohesiveness is established at the end of group development and represents a positive bond. Cohesiveness was developed when we attended nationals. It was a special moment that was shared between our team because of the hard work and dedication we put in throughout the season. We all traveled to North Carolina together and spent the weekend building friendships and making endless memories. We were able to persevere through group conflict and work to simplify our techniques. Yalom's therapeutic factor of universality helps group members realize they are not alone. Although each member on our relay team was different ages and were soon graduating, we all embraced the bond we made in our accomplishments. At nationals, we worked long and tirelessly to set the school record in the 100-meter hurdles. It was a goal we had set as a team from the start of the season, and we were proudly able to fulfill this on one of the largest events in track and field. We all share the value of what running means to us and continue to make an effort to be part of each other's lives outside the track environment. Track and field was a sport that brought us together and helped us develop into successful and driven students and athletes. Joining the track and field community was one of the most challenging, tiring, and uplifting commitments we agreed to. It was a sport that requires a lot of mental toughness in order to push yourself to your highest level of performance. As a team, we would set goals and accomplish them together through tough times. Each athlete walked away in our last season knowing we gave everything we had. The moments were emotional, but showed us the strength and courage we portrayed at such a young age.